I put it on my group. I'll see if this works here. Um, my name is Dr. Donia Gonzalez Copeland, and about a year and 6 to 7 months ago, give or take a month, I had a stroke. Unbeknown to me was, I guess, how hard it was going to be to have the stroke and know that people have such a hard time with stroke victims, and people have such a hard time doing things with stroke victims. And I live in Delaware, and we don't even have a group. We're starting one at the Newark Natural Foods the third week in October, but I've looked around, and a lot of people have looked around, and we haven't even found a group. And if you know of somebody that has had a stroke or whatever, it impedes a lot of things. It impedes your vision, your does so much. It impedes your walk. Some people are in wheelchairs. I mean, it's unbelievable, but you know, I got through it. I did get through it, and now I'm on, and I'm asking people to come on who have had strokes, or have your family member or caregiver come on, and let's start this fight against it, because it is a fight. And unbelievable, just unbelievable. I feel really bad, because I really didn't know what to do, nor did any of my family members know what to do. And I think now, that after living with it for a year, I've come to grips and come to realize that I may have to be one of the many spokespersons. Not that we have many. I've only seen 1 or 2 commercials on stroke. But, it's hard to, it's hard to say sometimes some things, and it's hard to get out information. And I'm reading something. It's hard to read, it's hard to do some things, and I wrote the letter. It's going across the stream, what I wrote to the stroke victims, and hopefully, people will become more aware and more. I guess what I want to say is more vigilant to it, because, this is a sickness where some people, actually, I got lucky because I have a little bit of a gait, but I can still, do a lot of things. I can't run anymore, stuff like that. Not that I ran in the first place, but, for my age, it's okay. But a lot of people, and this not only affects older people. I've done a lot of studies now, and there are stroke victims that it comes as far as infancy, where babies and things have strokes. And that is just unbelievable. And we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. And so, therefore, I started my group in Delaware, and I will continue with this group until, something is done about it. Like I said in the letter, when I wrote this letter, both my parents died of cancer, so I'm amenable to that, okay? And you know what I mean? But they don't have, the organizations that they do have are strictly for them, because you can't really get a live human being on the phone to talk about it with you. it took me almost 2 years, okay, to try to find a group. I tried to find a group and there was no group, and unbelievable, just unbelievable. And a lot of people are coming on here, okay, and they're coming on really stupidly, and I will have you banned from here, okay. This is not for play. This is for people who are really serious about having a stroke, all right. And like I said, both my parents died of cancer, so I have respect for that. But we need help. I know people that I talk to, on Facebook that need wheelchairs and all those other kinds of things, and they have to have them. You know, this is not a game. A stroke could happen to anybody listening to this right now. Anybody listening to it. And if you're not aware of it, okay, or you may know somebody that has it, one of your grandparents may have had it, then you should be aware of what happens to that person's brain, to that person's vision, to that person's, the way that they talk. I had a singer's voice. I can no longer really sing. I never wanted to really be a singer. I sang in groups years ago, but that's not what I wanted. You know what I mean? But there are a lot of things that I can't do anymore because of it. And like I said, what it really bothers me is the younger people that it's attacking. And the younger people that are having strokes. And every day I read about, or I talk to somebody who has had one. And it seems to be, like I said, that nobody really has the information out there the way that they should. So, I mean, if it has to start in Delaware, then so be it. But I'm and I'm just not. I'm not at all sure as to how to start it, but I'm going to start it. And I'm going to, just like I said, when you start your group here, then you then you you can go from there. So, if anybody has anything that they want to say or anything that they want to write in, they can. Somehow or other, I don't know what's wrong with my screen today. So I'm going to try to make it smaller. Yeah, okay. That's not doing it. But, I'm sorry for the stops and the starts, but I can't help that. I'm also going to do some cooking on here for strokes and just some other things so that we can actually know, like, what to eat. And I know my doctor says that salt is like the number one, but I don't use that much salt, and my daughter, she keeps it real, so she stays with me, and helps me with a lot of things. And like I said, I'm happy that I had my husband and everything like that, because some people don't have those people. And when they don't have those people, you know what I mean, and something happens to them. Something just happened to a man about a month and a half ago down the street from me. And I live in a small town, and he was in his room for about, maybe in his bedroom for maybe about a week, I would say. And he had a stroke, but nobody knew, and he died. He really died. And it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing to have happen. So anyway, like I said, this is for the stroke victims. These are for people who are people who are ill. I don't really care if you're ill or you want advice on something. I am a licensed counselor. If you need some help or something like that, I mean, I'm having my church service that today. Okay, it was a funny day, but we still had church anyway. I'm getting it out. and I'm letting people know about stroke. So if you know anybody, or if you are someone and stuff like that, then please, by all means, come on. All right? And I'm going to go, and I wish you much, much luck, and